So I guess I have a bit of an apology to make. Now, this is an update in respect of the Cross Lane allotment. So in a previous video at the allotment, I, following a tip-off, let's say, that I'd had from what is normally for me a reliable source, you know, I'd heard that the allotment was being considered as a community asset to be put on the market for development. It turns out that that's not true. And I just want to apologise for that, because that might have caused some worry or concern for some residents, and that was not my intention. And I will say, and this won't come as a surprise to a lot of my critics, but I'm not a perfect human being, and this whole fire sale business has, you know, got me quite vexed, I have to say. I believe it is completely unnecessary to sell off our village car park in Deach, the recreation space at Holyhead Road with those beautiful, magnificent redwood trees, putting them at risk, and also the site on the London Road. I don't think it's necessary, and I'm vexed about that. And I've got to admit, I might have got a bit carried away in the moment of all of that. Yeah, I should have checked my facts first, and that I hold my hands up and apologise for. However, I just want to highlight a couple of points, because in calling out my, let's say, misrepresentation of the facts, the opposition or administration councillors at Surrey Heath Borough Council have said that the allotments are sacrosanct and they've made provision to protect them within the local plan. And while that might be the case, what they've not said, and as is always the case with the administration councillors, it's not what they say, it's what they don't say. And in this case, what they've not said is that the allotments may well have been written into the new local plan, but that local plan is only a draft, and it has to be ratified. I believe, I might have this a little bit wrong, but I believe it has to be ratified by the government, the Secretary of State or whatever. So that's actually not the case. It's not protected. They may have made provision within the draft local plan to protect them, but as things stand right now, that local plan has not been adopted yet. So anything could happen. And the Secretary of State, Angela Rayner, the Deputy Prime Minister, has said that we're all NIMBYs for not wanting to develop places like allotments and the green belt and recreation spaces and car parks. We're NIMBYs for not wanting those spaces to be developed. So it's quite within the realms of possibilities that the Secretary of State, the Deputy Prime Minister, Angela Rayner, might decide to make spaces like that fair game for development. So, you know, it's not right that those sites are protected, or it's not right as things stand today. And what is true is that the council, Surrey Heath Borough Council, the administration, have made available for development or for purchase for development the village car park in Deach and the recreation space at Holyhead Road. So that's why, you know, I thought that it was a possibility that they might want to consider a site like the allotment. Okay, got that wrong, hold my hands up. But, you know, I think we all need to be alive to the fact that Surrey Heath Borough Council own a lot of community assets, a lot of sites across the borough, right across the borough. I had a look at a list of sites last night, and I'm going to publish those soon, for all the sites across the borough. There were one or two of them that are missing. I don't know whether that's a clerical error or whatever, but there's a lot of sites, and a lot of sites that could easily be made available for development. And we all need to be alive to that, and we all need to make sure that we tell the borough councillors of whatever political party that we don't want that to happen. So in the absence of any meaningful opposition to these proposals, because I don't see any meaningful opposition to it, I've taken it upon myself to provide that opposition and hold the administration to account on these things. And I apologise in advance. I'm going to try much harder not to make the same mistake that I made yesterday with my video. But I am going to highlight the things that I hear. I'll caveat them with the fact that I might not have them verified, or it might not be true, or whatever. But I think that it's important that we keep this issue alive, because before we know it, they'll be selling off all our community assets. And once they're sold and once they're developed on, that's it. We will never get them back. So I hope if you're watching this and you saw my previous video, hope you take my apology in the spirit that it's intended. And I will try harder to be, to get my facts straight first. Like I say, I'm not a perfect human being, but I will try harder.